Nadja Bester here, co-founder of AdLunam, I think is this side, and Altcoin Observer, here with what I believe is the godfather, maybe official, maybe unofficial, but the godfather of what now is historically known as the ICO craze. David, yeah, we are here. You've had a long journey in your life to get to this moment of talking to me. And what is happening? You seem extremely bullish on 2025. Why?
I am. I mean, my thesis is TriFi and crypto coming together. It's happening. We're seeing that with Robinhood and the acquisition of Bitstamp. It's never been easier, even as an American citizen, to be able to on-ramp, off-ramp into crypto. We got Larry Fink and Donald Trump as our business partners now, you know. I think we all do. And yeah, we started in the, what I would say, crowdfunding ICO space in 2013. I was the first check into WeFunder and an advisor to Michael Norman and Dylan Enright, which ended up, you know, basically being what came to establish what the SAFE and the SAFT was. And as I try to explain to people, ever since the ICO days and the first days of crowdfunding, there's never again been a time where there's been these multi-$100 million raises. So as I was explaining on the panel, with M2 supply and liquidity in the US and Donald Trump, we're going back into the days of the 2000, the dot-com era. The difference is we have Donald Trump. So yes, I am very bullish. I told everybody before Trump got elected, we were going to 100,000. Everybody argued with me. We're almost at 100,000.
So it seems to me like if we consider the fact that in the last few years, the US was almost not part of the crypto scene. I mean, regulatory difficulties, let's call them, misunderstandings,
Red
and
notice.
they were not very positive for the industry, and it kind of felt like, you know, crypto and Web3 and blockchain kind of evolved without the US in a sense, as in, yes, we know the US is over there, but, you know, they're not doing anything because they're not allowed to do anything, so we'll be over here doing whatever we can do. Do you think that now, with things being the way that they are for the past few days or weeks, I don't know how long it's been since the election, we've certainly seen the price do things that it's not done in a long time. But do you think that the US is once again going to have that massive influence over the crypto industry that's been lacking in the last few years?
We always have. Listen, I think you got to remember something. I look at everything as longitudinal. The last election was rigged. We know that now. It's all come out. Donald Trump should have been in power. Good or bad, it didn't happen. He's coming back into power. J.D. Vance is in the crypto space, Elon, you know, there's a whole crew of characters that are coming in. You got World DeFi, which is Trump's own DeFi project. Yes, I'm very bullish. And at the end of the day, I try to explain to people, you can be from anywhere in the world. The biggest companies in the world want to go public in the US. There's no shortage of people sending me companies that are in the billion-dollar range that want us to assist them to go public in the US. And some of them were telling the idea of a public equity or going out on a NASDAQ might not be the right answer. I actually think this security token option, which for me, everything is a security token, these new platforms, the new versions of these platforms like Coinbase and Kraken and Crypto.com, all these companies will be offering public equities. They will also be offering crypto as they already do, and you will have a universal application to do everything. That's where we're at, that's where we're going. BlackRock is a very large equity holder in Ondo. If you don't see it coming, just like people didn't see the $100,000 Bitcoin, I don't know what to tell you.
I'm curious then, because, you know, if you're in the Web3 space, let's say you came in early, you have the cypherpunk ideals and, you know, the institutions are the bad guys. But as you say, and I mean, it's not often I meet someone that's all in on securities. That's not typically something that people are bullish on. But I mean, this is inevitable. The regulators are here, they're knocking at the door, they have been for a while. How do you see this relationship? Do you think, I mean, look, we can't we can't not have it. It's the way the world works. Regulators and innovators are always going to have this push and pull, tug and pull. But do you think what's happening right now is ultimately good for the industry? I mean, we've been talking about adoption as if it's this holy grail, but then it's nowhere to be seen. Is this the adoption preempt, pave the way we are looking for?
Absolutely. Again, the dot-com era it didn't go exactly, the dot-com era reminds me a lot of 2021, 2022. And what happened in the dot-com era was one of the biggest booms the U.S. ever had in terms of money supply. I think we've learned a lot through these different cycles. Listen, I was in Thailand or Bangkok more than a decade ago. This is a very different place. We are a very different world right now, and what Donald Trump is going to do, and everybody that knows that every country leader in the world called him day one. Everybody wants to do business with us. What's great is when you're listed in America, you can list on many different exchanges, and this idea of cumulative applications that will give liquidity for crypto, public equities, things that have value is never going to be more easy.
So I guess then we leave this conversation with me also bullish on 2025, because I think, ultimately the US has a legitimacy export culture. Whenever something has been marked the stamp of approval by the US, it lends more to it. And I think in crypto, I mean, we've had that absence, right? Because the US is saying no, which means the other countries are like, well, I can't say yes if the US is saying no. Let
me give you Thailand. Look at the cannabis market here. Unbelievable. Where did it come from? The United States of America. I was in the cannabis space more than 2 decades ago. So at the end of the day, certain countries and certain people will catch up later, but the progressive utopian looking societies are going to want to do what the US does. That's how it is, that's how it goes, and I can tell you that developing nations are looking at plant medicines, clean food, crypto. We're done being desensitized. This pharma industry, these GMOs, it has to go.
Look, we've been promising more power to the people for a while now, and I think we are finally at the point where the people are taking the power, and that's fantastic.
When we did WeFunder in 2013, our tagline was "Power to the People," and I would say to you, how many years later, quite a bit of years later, it's still power to the people. And I'm going to tell you, the people spoke for Trump.
Well, I'm very happy that people spoke, because I love what Bitcoin is doing, and I love what it's going to be doing tomorrow and the day after. And it sounds like now we are on an upwards trajectory.
I'll see you at 100,000 tomorrow.
Thank you.